Hello guys, welcome back to Tali's kitchen, and today we're going to learn how to make soft layered chapatis. Now I want to go ahead and show you how layery this turned out, how soft it is. Just look at that. Okay, I know I've butchered this chapati, but it's fine because I'm still gonna eat it. But this really had so many layers in it. This was absolutely soft and delicious, so let's jump straight into it. So we're going to start here with 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we're going to add our salt to taste. Lastly, we're going to go in with 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. So just pour that into your flour, and then we're going to go in with our nice and clean hands and just get this nicely mixed together. We're now going to start adding our water just slowly until you get a nice dough. So add in your water, go in with your hands, mix it in. Once it starts to form some form of solid, go in again with a little bit of water. Make sure you add your water little by little so that your dough doesn't get too runny. But if it does get runny, don't worry about it. Just add some flour in there and keep on kneading. So you're going to need to get a soft dough. So once it's formed a solid, don't be so satisfied. Just check on it and see if it's nice and soft. If it's not, add a little bit of water and then continue kneading. One other tip is when you're making your dough and it's just slightly sticky the way mine is at this point, do not add any flour. This is perfectly fine. Just continue kneading until you get a nice soft dough like so. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this and let it rest for 1 hour or so. The good thing about letting your dough rest is, number 1, you also get to rest, and number 2 is your dough will soften even further. It's been an hour now, so I'm just going to get my dough out and start cooking. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate my dough into 2 round balls, and then we'll go ahead and start working on the first one. So just dust your surface with some flour. Make sure there's enough flour on your dough as well, and then we're going to go ahead and spread this out. So just start slowly. The shape really does not matter at this point because we are just trying to get now smaller balls out of this particular dough. So just spread it out in whichever shape, and then we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of oil on top of this. So make sure your oil is spread out throughout your dough. The good thing about this process is this is what will create layers in our chapatis. So I'm also going to dust a little bit of flour here, and then I'll go in with my cutter and cut this into 3. So just slowly roll in each strip the way I'm doing here. Just roll it in, and then towards the end we're going to go ahead and tuck this in on one end. So catch those edges and bring all of them to the center, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side as well. So repeat for the remaining pieces of dough, and then for the other piece of dough that we had, because remember we separated our dough into 2, ensure you do the same as well. Going to now roll out our chapatis. Just dust your surface with enough flour. Ensure your dough also has enough flour, and then we are now going to go ahead with our rolling pin and just roll this out. So I want to show you how to get a nice beautiful round shape. Just start slowly. Try moving your hands towards the anti-clockwise direction so that it just rotates on the surface on its own. If that cannot work for you, just use your hand, flip it to the other side until you get a nice beautiful round chapati. Shape is of the essence for presentation, but so long as it's edible, it's fine. So I've gone ahead and put this on my loyal pan here. So we're going to let it begin to rise slowly, and then we'll go ahead and flip it to the other side. Make sure you're cooking this on medium heat so that it doesn't burn. Once it's beginning to rise like so, then we're going to go ahead and add oil at the bottom of this. So just make sure oil gets to the entire chapati by turning it around on your pan, and then go ahead and flip this. I'm going to add a little bit of oil here on the bottom side now, and then I'm going to let this cook until it's nice and ready. So my center here is not very well done, so I'll flip it back to the other side and make sure that is well done as well. This looks good, so let's work on another one. So I want to show you again how to roll out your chapati. Just try and move your hand towards the anti-clockwise direction so that it turns on its own on the surface. If that does not work for you, just go ahead with your hand the way I did there and turn it and continue rolling it until you get a nice, beautiful, round chapati shape. This is now ready, so we're going to cook this again, and the method is still exactly the same. Just ensure it rises on one side and then flip it to the other side, and then we're going to go in with a little bit of oil. So just turn it around on the surface to ensure the entire chapati gets enough oil, and then we're going to go ahead and flip this. Ooh, look at that. It looks so pretty. I love the way these are turning out. So just make sure you press it down with your spoon, or you can use a paper towel as well, just to ensure that it's nicely cooked, especially on the sides and especially at the center as well. So this is ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this, and then you should be able to do the same for the rest of your chapatis. The method is exactly the same here. So just flip it when it's nice and ready, add some oil, and then you're basically done. Now would you look at that? This is just beautiful. You can literally see how soft these chapatis are. You can see the different layers in there. This was absolutely layering. It was so delicious, guys. You can enjoy this with mincemeat, with beef, with chicken. I enjoyed mine with some maharagwe, and it was just delicious. It was worth my time, guys, and it will be worth your time. So soft. Would you just look at that? This was amazing, guys. Make sure to try out this recipe and let me know how it goes in the comment section below. Remember to follow, to like, to subscribe, and to share. And I will see you all next time with another amazing recipe. Bye bye.